achieve through and through.
Educate U Films, where dreams meet creativity and stories come alive.
Currently, in most intelligence or tests, Latinos and Black people receive lower scores than whites and Asians. The question is what is the problem?
Well, despite New Jersey being ranked as having some of the most racially segregated schools in the nation,
I can predict for you how well kids are going to do on the test by and large. Lower income kids are going to do worse. Children of color are going to do worse. Children with special needs are going to do worse. English language learners are going to do worse. Because if you're of a certain class, of a certain community, if your parents are well educated, you're more likely to do better on the test.
New Jersey's K-12 public school system has already been deemed one of the most segregated in the country.
well, Governor Murphy recently has said, hey, we recognize this, that there are inequities.
Unfortunately, they say that by third grade, the prison system knows how many beds that they'll need.
Metaphorically, it's like having a cat, a dog, and a fish. And the standardized test is who can climb the tree. Now, which one of these three is going to have the advantage in climbing the tree, and which one of these is going to have an inherent disadvantage?
But when it comes to Black and Latino households, the state is falling far, far behind in terms of meeting that need.
We're a third of the way into the school year, and the state still has not released test scores from the NJSLA, the New Jersey State Learning Assessment that students took last spring.
New test scores released today show the educational toll the COVID pandemic has taken on students. The National Assessment of Educational Progress shows declines in test scores across the country in many subjects.
The achievement gap in the state of New Jersey is very real.
I'm looking at some of the numbers in third grade language arts, for instance, where half of the kids would have hit proficiency 2 years ago. It's down to 40%.
Report cards are in, and they show student test scores drop to alarmingly low levels during the pandemic.
New Jersey students are rebounding from pre-COVID learning loss, but it's not enough.
Really, what we see, especially as it relates to third grade reading, which is a deep concern, is it remains unchanged.
That's extremely important to understand as to why having a group of students that are all Black and brown be proficient at 91% is amazing, right? Because it's not just them being proficient, it's them being proficient in the #1 ranked state in America.
They say Paterson is a city that never stops moving. A rhythm of buses, footsteps, and dreams that don't sleep. Every block has a story, and every story has a dreamer trying to rewrite their tomorrow. But in the middle of it all, there's a school that decided to bet on us. College Achieve Paterson. We're not just scholars here. We're proof that determination can outshine any circumstance. We walk through doors that hold lessons beyond books. Teachers that don't just teach, they see us. They see the hunger in our eyes, the kind of hunger that don't come from food, but from wanting more. Our parents, they fight for us too. Some work in double shifts, some whispering prayers in the early morning light, believing that this education is the bridge between struggle and success. At CAPS, they teach us how to win in the classroom and in life. How to speak with purpose, how to rise with grace, how to turn every I can't into I did. We learn formulas, yes, but we also learn faith. We study history, but we're busy making it too. Because here, 90% isn't just a number. It's a declaration. It's proof that when the city of Paterson unites, students, teachers, and parents together, We reach heights that others said we couldn't. The NJSLA, the test that was supposed to define us, but we decided to redefine it. We didn't just pass, we excelled, way beyond state standards. Some of us, perfect scores. Every answer marked with determination. From the hallways of Wall Street, Market Street, and beyond, we carried Patterson on our backs and still stood tall. 90%, that's not the end of the story. That's the beginning of something bigger. We are the scholars who prove that success lives here, in our city, in our families, in the teachers who refuse to give up, and in the students who refuse to be counted out. This is our story, our triumph, our rise. This is 90%. A story of determination and triumph.
Hello, I am Rashad Wilson and I am in the 7th grade.
My name is Ezra Washington. Last year I was the ELA coach, 5th grade ELA teacher in the Network League. This year I'm a K-5 academic supervisor.
When I wake up, I will brush my teeth and wash my face.
I wake up every morning, I have to do my devotional, and then I get dressed, I come to work.
And then sometimes I'll skip breakfast because I'm on crunch time.
Oh, I don't know what I do in the morning. I get my coffee, I come to work. I make sure I always come to work with good energy because your energy sets the tone of the day.
And I get my Chromebook in my backpack because I recharge my Chromebook before I go to school.
My mindset, whatever I could get done between 7:15 and 3:45, that's all you can. I don't beat myself over the head of getting a million things done.
Then I walk out with my dad. But before I walk out with my dad, I get some time with my dog because I love my dog and she loves me back. And also would say bye to my mother. She's there as I walk down the stairs.
Every day, I just make sure I'm the most productive when I get here and make sure that whatever I had on that to-do list, whatever I was able to get done effectively, I did. If not, it got to get done tomorrow.
When I ride with my dad, he tells me that I need to stay on top of my schoolwork and make sure I don't have any missing assignments, because if I have any missing assignments, I will get a failing grade and I can get in trouble for that. And they tell me that because they love me and they want the best for me.
When we first got Rashad was very quiet. He was very reserved. He was very to himself. When you see Rashad now, he is very outspoken.
They want me to make it in life. They want me to make it to college. And I can't make it to college if I don't have my work done. I could stay in 7th grade forever, and that's not what I want.
He's gonna make sure that his opinion get across. I think one thing that I really instilled in my kids is advocating for themselves and speaking up and letting them know that their voice is so powerful. So when I see Rashad and I see the work that he's done, I'm just so proud because I remember when they're really quiet and they don't want to express, or they're too nervous, or they're scared to make a mistake.
My recommendation is think of the positive. If you think of the negative, maybe the negative will really happen. Thinking of the negative is really bad for our mental health. Thinking of the positive, it can help us. It can help us and make us really want to try.
The standardized tests, in particular, the New Jersey standardized assessment, is the most rigorous test in America.
So we usually get the results for state testing over the summertime. Dr. Mill usually receives them first. So he texts me and he just says the number. He's just 91%. So I'm reading it and I'm okay, there's no way that we talking about the same thing. So I reach back out and I'm NJSLA? And he's yes. And I'm yo, let's go!
My name is Dr. Jamar Mills. I'm the co-founder and executive director of College G. Patterson Charter School.
My name is Mrs. Verda Cespedes. Last year I was the supervisor for ELA in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, and this year I am the proud principal here at our K-5 Market Street campus.
And so even though our state collectively ranks as #1 in education, the students, when you break down the demographics of Latino and Black students, their rankings begin to decrease significantly. And so that's extremely important to understand as to why having a group of students that are all Black and brown be proficient at 91% is amazing, right? Because it's not just them being proficient, it's them being proficient in the #1 ranked state in America.
It felt so good because I knew the work that it took to get there. So I feel like for others looking in, it's 91%, oh, that's so amazing. But for our town, for our city, for our kids, it's so much bigger than 91%.
It goes without saying that when the results came in, it obviously made me really proud. It's not just about the 91%, right? It's the message that we're spreading across the community to other schools, to other cities that are like Patterson. There's a lot of misconceptions that I think people have when it comes to cities like Patterson. And by us getting that 91%, it has people like questioning, hey, what are they doing there that we can do here?
What that does is it closes the achievement gap, because on average, the students in 5th grade, no matter what demographic, are somewhere between 50 and 60%, and they're at 91%. That means it's increasing their chance to truly be successful and take control of their path to be great.
It's a feeling of we did it, or we here now. Like essentially now you have to pay attention. Now you have to really level the playing field for our kids. We're giving our kids the opportunity to, now they can play fairly.
And a lot of schools have reached out like, hey, can we come visit? Can we talk about your practices? And so because of that, it's amazing to hear that our scholars scored 91%, but it's bigger than that. We're having an impact where other schools now are willing to adopt our practices and hopefully impact that change in their schools as well.
When we talk about school choice and charter schools across the country, the highest performing charter school sector, at least back in, I'm gonna say 2018, it was the state of New Jersey, in particular Newark, New Jersey. So you think about some of the schools and the management organizations, charter schools that exist there, they were the highest performing in the country. And so again, to have College Achieve emerge as the top performing CMO in the state says a lot about the work that we're doing, about what teachers are doing, what supervisors are doing, and ultimately how students are showing up to demonstrate their ability. And I think that is just like all you can dream of, all you can ask for.
The NJSLA is a state assessment that scholars across the state, they take the exact same assessment, and it's assessing how well or the college pathway readiness, meaning based on this assessment, your child is on the pathway to succeed in college.
So when we say teach to the test, it means that obviously schools are under a lot of pressure to get results. And so sometimes what happens is they resort to, we're only gonna teach what's on the test. Let's look at the example test. Let's teach them only what's on that. And so what happens is you are essentially, you're pigeonholing scholars, right? Because you're only teaching them certain skills so that you can get results on this test.
What they fail to tell you is that although all the scholars are taking the exact same test, not every school district is equipped with the same resources. So our scholars are expected to perform on the same level at the same numbers as the more affluential towns, yet we're given half of the resources.
But that's not life, right? The life is not just about these standardized tests. And so what we do is we ensure that we understand the standards and how scholars can apply that into different areas so that they are lifelong readers, so that they know how to have discussions that are rigorous and thought-provoking. And so it's not about teaching to the test.
My name is Danielle Carrion and I'm in the 8th grade.
My name is Dominic Sarmiento and I'm in 7th grade.
My name is Melanie Romero. I'm in the 8th grade.
My name is Jace Bracken. I'm in the 7th grade.
My name is Robinson Cuevas. I'm in 7th grade.
My name is Jemima II, and I'm in 8th grade.
My name is Valerie Martinez, and I'm in 7th grade.
My name is Doran Coltorreal, and I am in 8th grade.
So to teach the whole child, you have to pour into them socially, emotionally. You have to make sure that they genuinely feel confident in knowing that they could do it. When they come to school, there's a lot of factors that's already impacting the way that they learn. They need to be in the classroom doing their best and feeling their best.
Now that I'm a better reader and writer, that can help me in life because we will always have to speak fluently in life.
Being a better reader and writer has prepared me for life because I know how to do some things now. I know how to restate this, restate that, answer this efficiently. I know how to be on point.
Now that I'm a great reader and writer, I think this prepared me for life because before, when I came into College Achieve, I wasn't really good at ELA. I was decent at ELA, but I wasn't great. Once I got into 5th grade, I learned how to master the different skills that there are in ELA.
So as a teacher, you're consistently encouraging them, giving them motivation, but there's a level of respect there. It's a level of accountability. You're counting on them to come and show their best, but then you also have to do that.
Before, looking back at it now, I would go through my docs and my slides and everything. I would see everything and I would question, how did my teachers understand this? I wasn't writing efficiently. I wasn't finishing stuff. I wasn't writing in a way anybody could understand. And I don't even understand it now. I try to make myself feel better about it, but it doesn't really affect me anymore now because I know I'm a much, much, much better writer.
Being a good writer and reader means that you could have better and bigger conversations with people about things, because when I used to have conversations with people, I used to have it short because I really didn't know much. But now when I start to have conversations with people, it's big and I'm able to keep the conversation going.
It allows me to study, of course, but it also allows me to comprehend conversations and debates and texts and everything that I really need to read and write. I can comprehend because of that development that I had with my teachers.
My point is to do the best that I can, and I know how to do that now because 5th grade has taught me so much.
So in the process of teaching the whole child, after you get them socially, emotionally prepared to learn, now you keep the rigor high. We don't lower the standard because of their home circumstances. We don't lower the standard because of their financial circumstances. We keep the rigor high because then we give them the tools to get there.
The work we do is important because we are College Achieve, so our mission is college readiness. And so our mission is to not only get scholars to college, but through college.
It is extremely important to choose the right administrators and staff, simply because the people in charge have to have a mental model that young people can do it, that the bar can be high, they can reach it, they can exceed it, and that it's within their power to make it happen.
I've known that I wanted to become an educator since I was a child for different reasons. I have a cousin who has special needs, and just supporting him in different ways with behavior charts, helping him with his education, and seeing positive changes in him. I also, when I was in elementary school, was always the student who my teachers picked to be a mentor to a new scholar, or when I was in 5th grade, I was chosen to support kindergartners who struggled to read. So I feel like from a young age, it's just something that I've known that I wanted to do. It made me feel good to help anyone in need, and it was never a question for me. I've known since I was in elementary school that I was going to become an educator.
When you don't have leaders who believe, you have students who don't achieve. It's really that simple. And I think that my process tries to learn as much as I can before making that hire so that I can ensure that students get exactly what they need.
My personal philosophy when it comes to teaching is about finding a balance between high expectations but also building relationships with scholars. Something that I say a lot is you can't have empathy without accountability, right? If you just have empathy, you leave room for, maybe excuses or lowering expectations. But if you have empathy with accountability, it sounds like, I hear you, I know you're going through a hard time, I'm so sorry, but I'm here for you, and we're gonna work through this, and we're gonna get through this together, but we're still gonna do our work, right? And we're still gonna be the best scholar that we can be. And so I feel like that philosophy has allowed me to get the results that I get, but also be human with my scholars, but also my staff.
So for example, we use an interview question model called the Haberman, and it's a situational type model. And so we're not just asking administrators or teachers, how much proficiency rates they've had in the past, or what experience they've had, or what school they're graduating from. We're asking them, what does at-risk student mean to them?
The number one thing for me is always mindset. It's the mindset of myself, it's the mindset of my staff, and then it's the mindset of my families and the scholars. We could have the secret sauce, but if you have someone on your team who doesn't think the recipe works, right, they're not going to execute it in a way, and that's going to impact the scholars.
One message to give to my teacher is thank you. Thank you very much. I really needed that education. I really needed that knowledge to help me build up to middle school.
A message I would like to say to my teacher, Ms. Washington from ELA, thank you. Because coming into 5th grade, I wasn't that persistent in my work and academics. And some things she made us do was like homework every day.
One message I would like to give to my teacher, Miss Washington, would be I'm thankful that she encouraged us to keep working. She would give us a lot of practice tests for the NJSLA to make sure that we could time ourselves. And a lot of us would complain, but she didn't care how much we complained to her.
To give to my teacher, Miss Washington, I would like to tell her that she was a great teacher and that I'm very grateful for the things that she had taught me.
If I had one message to say to my 5th grade ELA teacher, Ms. Washington, it would be thank you so much. I am eternally grateful for everything you have taught me.
Miss Washington, I would like to say thank you, just like all the time. And I didn't, 4th grade was really a struggle for me because I wasn't really focused. I was always just playing around, having fun, because I thought everything would be going up from there. Everything would become easier because I always had that thought that when I got older, life would be easier because I would have more responsibilities and over myself, and I would be able to control myself more.
One message I'd give to my teacher is thank you. Because when we were in 5th grade, our personalities didn't really mix that much. I was quiet. I didn't want to interact with the people a lot, and you were always so energetic and just all over the place. I couldn't keep up with it because I couldn't stand it, but even through everything, you still helped me. Even if we couldn't get along that well with each other, you still helped because why not?
I can also relate to her because she is another black teacher from Patterson and helps me relate to where I come from. So I understood everything she said and what she said it and what she meant.
Even though there was things that I didn't like the homework and the lessons, at the end of the day, it helped me succeed, and now I am great at English class.
But then I had responsibilities I didn't want from Ms. Washington, homework. But in the end, like before, I succeeded because it helped me in the future. So I would like to say, Ms. Washington, thank you.
I really needed it. If I didn't have that, if I were to skip 5th grade, I don't know if I would be like in 7th grade right now. I could have stayed in 6th grade for all I know.
What drives me is I feel like working in education is my purpose. I feel like the development I give as a teacher is the way I pour into other people. That's what keeps me going. To know that I'm a resource to people around me that's what keeps me going. Like, I would do his work for free. And I feel like although it's tiring, it is hard, it's not easy work, but the outcome of it is worth what you put in. We grew up on love in my household. Everybody felt the love, like my cousins, my grandparents, my parents, like we all grew up on love, but it was a lot of financial struggles. So it was like we went without, I wouldn't say we were poor, but we were poor financially. We wasn't poor in love, we wasn't poor in faith, we were just poor financially. And my mom would get up every day and bust her behind to go to work, to provide for us, to make sure, like, you know, we didn't feel the struggle, but I feel like it was very evident. My dad's such a cool dad. Growing up, my dad, I seen him every other weekend, but he was a very present dad. My dad lived not too far from us. He lived in Clifton. My mom taught me like resilience, and my mom made me a hustler, but my dad really showed me like how more life could be outside of Paterson. Like, you know, my dad was the first to take me out the country. He was the first to like really just instill like Paterson is not your end all be all. Like you could still have more. So my dad is more like the fire underneath me. Like my dad is like one of my biggest cheerleaders. If I do anything, my dad cries. Like my dad is like such a big cheerleader, and he really instills like the importance of family. So I left Paterson for a better teaching development experience, and I went to Newark. And when I was in Newark, that's where I feel like I got molded to be the teacher that I am. I felt like that's where I really learned classroom management, where I really learned content, where I really learned like how to communicate with parents, the logistics of education. I feel like that's what really molded me. And throughout my journey there in Newark, I really remembered that feeling in college. I was a 4th grade teacher teaching my kids LAT, but I was struggling as a college student to do a LAT. And I remember I met great friends in Newark, which are now here with me in Paterson, Miss Wheeler and Miss Dolbus. And I was like, I'm going to take everything I learned here in Newark and I'm going to take it back to my city. And they were like, okay, let's do it. And that's what we did.
My name is Daphne Lovis. Last year I taught 4th grade ELA. This year I'm teaching 3rd grade intervention as well as the ELA coach for 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade.
My name is Destina Wheeler, and I'm the 4th grade network lead in addition to the 4th grade ELA teacher.
Hello, my name is Maisha Purvis, and last year and this year I am working as a 5th grade ELA teacher.
I was inspired to become an educator at a very young age. I knew from the very beginning that I wanted to teach children and work with children, but I wanted it to be purposeful.
What inspired me to become an educator was knowing that I'm going to be able to take part in shaping and developing the minds of future generations. That is one thing that really inspired me to become an educator.
Helping others really inspired me to become an educator because working with the youth, I get an opportunity each and every day to help them find their pathway and accomplish goals.
One of the important reasons was that after experiencing education in an urban community as well as in suburban community, I saw the disparities and I wanted to help with closing those learning gaps. So I decided to come teach in a more urban education to help close those learning gaps.
My personal philosophy for teaching includes high expectations and continuous motivation. I think that if we set our scholars up for success, we have to hold them to a high standard.
My personal philosophy when it comes to teaching is knowing that academics will always be there. It takes time to build personal relationships.
My personal philosophy with teaching is that everybody can learn, no matter their level of learning, where they begin, where they end. Every single student can learn. It is our job to make sure that we are meeting them where they are and pushing them to their best abilities.
In my view, the work I do is so important to my scholars first because anything valuable that I learn, I want to be able to teach it to my scholars. And anything valuable that my scholars learn, I want them to be able to teach it to their siblings, even their parents. The things that we're doing in this classroom helps the broader community because as an educator, I'm not only teaching them academics, I'm teaching them how to be upstanding citizens.
A practice that we need to make sure that we're implementing is alignment. I think that 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders have to be aligned within their classrooms. When students are moving from grade levels, they should not be learning something new. They should be building onto a skill that was already introduced.
So what we did in my class to help the students achieve was to be very honest with where they started as well as where they were going. And for me on my end, I made sure I provided intentional feedback
I love teaching ELA, to be honest with you. It gives me a chance just to relive parts of my inner childhood. I've never taught any other subject besides ELA, and to be honest, I don't think I will teach any other subjects besides ELA.
As they were working, I made sure that they understood their errors that they may have been having and giving them thinking questions and strategies to be able to tackle those errors on their own, which is what allowed them to be able to take that test on their own and be able to succeed as much as they did.
As I stated before, different strategies that we can use as educators to help our students build comprehension is not just read the text, but make text-to-self connections, asking questions while reading the text, making predictions, having inferences. Visualizing the text really helps, and when we're writing, pushing our scholars not just to quote evidence, but connect their evidence and provide context when writing their evidence as well.
My initial approach when teaching ELA was very teacher-led. I found that I would have my voice on a lot, but through the years I have transitioned to a more student-centered learning environment where students are building onto one another, they're pushing each other's thinking and ultimately learning from one another.
I'm very open and honest with that with my children. I let them know that I grew up in Patterson, but I was able to go to not just one college, not two, but 3 different universities. I have 3 different degrees, and it's very important that we know that we're from Patterson. We do have to work harder, but that's okay because great things come from great challenges.
Receiving a perfect score in Engine Slate made me feel overjoyed because during that test, some questions I didn't know.
Receiving a perfect score means like perfection, that whole year I worked hard enough for I could get to the spot where I could probably be like one of the best in the school.
And it was like, I didn't know how to solve this, I didn't know how to solve that, I didn't know anything, but I still tried, and determination is one thing that gets you through everything, cause
to get a perfect score in the state test, it was very shocking to me. I honestly don't consider myself that smart, and I was honestly pretty proud that I had been able to do pretty good on it.
In 5th grade, I learned that you're not gonna get anywhere if you don't try. You're just gonna stay in the same hole that you dug yourself into if you don't try.
I mostly would credit my teacher, Miss Washington, as she had taught me a lot of things related not only to the work at present, but also the work that was to come in future grades.
It's your goal to get out and try. Because I tried, and I got the perfect score.
The academic success of our scholars, what it means to me, is how I change the city.
I feel like the data is the data. What the kids do is authentic to what they know. So I feel like leading up to the state test, I was just very transparent on what they do is a reflection of what we taught. What they do is a reflection of what they retain. So I'm a kind of person where I don't get too high on numbers. I don't get too low on numbers. I feel like the data is reflected. I just knew my kids were going to do well. I feel like the amount of work that they put in the classroom, it wouldn't make sense if they didn't do well.
I felt really excited. I felt a feeling of joy after hearing that they scored 91%, because it just goes to show that when you feed into children emotionally as well as academically, they can reach their goals.
Right, the success that we have, the young people here have, empowers them to interpret their world.
I felt ecstatic knowing that all of the scholars did so well on this state test. It really felt amazing. I'm just excited to know that all of the hard work was well earned and well deserved. It's just an amazing feeling.
That achievement made me feel overwhelmed with joy. To know where they started and to see them grow and hit that huge goal was heartwarming in itself.
The more successful they are with us, the more proficient they are in writing, reading, and arithmetic, the better they're going to be at problem solving. And then we can get to the ultimate goal, which is graduating from college. And once they do that piece, they can decide how they want to make Patterson a greater place?
Everything in Patterson is personal to me. So any work that I do here, it's always gonna be personal to me because this is who I am. I'm everything Patterson, born, raised. I went to school here, I lived everywhere around Patterson. My mom moved all the time, so I've lived everywhere that you could think of in Patterson. So everything that I do here, the work that I do is personal. So when the results come out and it shows that kids that look like me, that have been through the same things that I have been, that wake up every day and walk the same streets that I did, it's personal. So the victory is personal as well.
One word to reflect 90% proficiency would be reward.
If I had one word to describe the 91%, it'll be discipline.
The word I would use to describe my 90% legitimately is probably difficult.
If I could choose one word that's easy, being precise. And I say my word is precise because any little mistake can throw you off.
My one word would be accessibility.
End. I feel like end is like, because in the end, it will be hard, but in the end, I will succeed.
Remarkable. Remarkable. I just, honestly, still to this day, that is the word that comes to my mind when I think about it because it did not go unnoticed.
The word that I would use to show how I feel about that achievement is inspiring.
My one word would be rewarding because that whole year, that was probably like one of the hardest years that I've ever worked.
The one word that I would use to describe 91% proficiency is possibility. No one ever thought that young people from the city of Patterson would ever reach these levels of proficiency.
And with the help I got from kindergarten and 5th grade to 6th to 8th now, being in College Achieve, I know I will be succeeding.
It was very inspiring to see the work that they were able to do from 4th grade to 5th grade and see how much growth they have made over the years.
Precise is when you have everything accurate, when everything is on point.
It's very difficult to get that score on the test, and most people, especially not 5th grade, could get it.
Everything that we were doing in the classroom, all of the long nights, all of the laughs, even some tears, it did not go unnoticed. It was very well deserved, and that word remarkable, it continued to resonate with me because it's just something that has never been done before. So I'm just very honored from my students, from me, and I'm ready to keep going. So I would say remarkable is the word that continuously comes to mind when I think about our progress and our achievements.
I think that students have to have the access to the tools in order to be successful in the skill that they're learning.
Because Ms. Washington pushed me and my whole class, and that was like, at first I looked at ELA as like, it's just mandatory, like it's just reading and writing. But like she taught me that it's more than that and how it can help me in like my future career if I want to do something in that industry.
I think that with strong discipline, you could really change anything that you want in your life. You just have to be consistent. You have to show up every single day and do the work.
Because you don't have to get a 90% proficiency. You have to work towards it. And when you finally get it, you feel proud of yourself. It's a moment of pride. And you earned it.
That's sad, mad, angry. Like life is gonna life and life is gonna have its challenges, but if you have strong discipline and you really want it, then I think that through consistency and discipline that you could change it. And I think that through strong discipline, our kids were able to outperform the state.
And so because that has happened, we now know it's possible. Once it's possible, it can be done again. So no different than the Minute Mile, the 91% will happen again and can happen again. It's possible now.
Hi, 5th grade scholars. My name is Taisha Williams, and I'm the mom of Logan Williams. I just want to say good luck to you all. Do your best.
Hi, scholars. It's Drew's mom. I know today is a really big day for you guys. Today is the day that you're going to show the NJSLA exactly what you're made of.
Mari.
Just make sure you believe in yourself
We believe you. You got this.
I just want to send a big shout out to all Catholic students, wishing their best in the NJSLA exam.
I just wanted to tell you guys, good luck on your NJSLA exams.
Nayara, I hope you do very well on the test. Good luck. I love you.
Show them I'm built for this. Sweat on my brow, tears on the page, but I'm stepping up. I'm turning the page. 91%, I'm shining bright. I made it through the darkest nights. Oh, mama smiling, tears in her eyes. This is my soul, this is my vibe. Hey, 91%, I'm standing tall.
I am Mrs. Adriana Verda Cespedes, Principal, College Achieve through and through.
College Achieve through and through.
College Achieve through and through.
My name is Destina Wheeler, College Achieve through and through.
College Achieve through and through.
My name is Daphne Lovis, College Achieve through and through.
College Achieve through and through.
My name is Maisha Purvis, College Achieve through and through.
College Achieve through and through.
College Achieve through and through. College Achieve through and through.
I'm Rochelle Wilson, College Achieve through and through.
My name is E0 Washington, K-5 Academic Supervisor, College Achieve through and through.
I'm Dr. Mills, co-founder and executive director of College Achieve Patterson Charter School. College Achieve.